What is up, stock strategists, crypto connoisseurs, and technical traders? I'm back with you today. It's been a long day for me, but I've got something for you here concerning Workhorse and the rumors that they are the most highest shorted stock in the stock market. Now I'm going to get into that. I'm also going to show you guys a video you may have missed, and also an event that's happening coming up real close in like a couple of days. So I've got a couple of things to put on your guys' radar. But if you're new, hit the subscribe. I'm trying to put some out every single day, if not multiple videos a day. Thanks again, guys, and let's get into the video here. First, I want to show you here that according to highshortinterest.com, Workhorse Group, Workhorse, WKHS, has a short interest of 35.81. The float is 113 million. According to this, it is the highest shorted company here. But when you look down, last date it was updated was August 13. So I mean, it's kind of hard to go off of this, but maybe it would be in the top. It's still probably up there in the top few, but who knows if they covered it or not. We're going to get updated data, I believe, on the 31st of August, so keep that number in your head. Last day of the month, I believe. But see, when you go on this one on Market Watch and you look, Workhorse is number 3. Whereas we have Big 5 as the second most with 39% shorted. And then we have Ethereum, never heard of it. Ethereum shorted 41% of the float. Short date, 8/13/21. So it's the same date. But also I check out this one, and the percentage of float shorted is the same, 38%, with a 2.6 days to cover as of 8/13, so this has obviously changed a tad. So as for the rumor about it being the most shorted stock, I mean, can't really tell you for sure. It's all mystery, you know. You've got to wait until the next report, which will be coming up on the last day of the month. But I also wanted to show you guys a quick video. I'm gonna leave the screen here just so you guys can watch it in peace, and I'll be right back. But let's get there.
In Cincinnati, Ohio, following Serval Electric Company as they transport goods and install electric car chargers using a Workhorse C1000 electric step van. As more and more vehicles become electric, it's only natural that an electric truck installs their chargers. Let's go see how this truck is doing.
Hi, my name is Stephen Garrett, and I've been with Serval Electric for 3 years and been driving trucks for over 20 years. I typically drive about 80 to 100 miles a day. So what I like about this truck is how it handles. You don't have any lag, you don't have any downtime, you step on the throttle, you go. Quiet, the only thing you hear is the road noise. People look at you, they're asking questions. Is this all electric? Are you serious? There's no engine in this? They're kind of amazed. They kind of stand there and stare at it.
I'm really excited, and I'm also really proud that Serval is continuing to help our community become more environmentally sustainable. Serval is a third-generation electrical construction company. We've been based in Cincinnati for 70 years. We do residential, commercial, and industrial electrical work. We started installing EV chargers a couple of years ago. Well, if we're installing EV chargers, we have to put our money where our mouth is. We thought about getting an electric vehicle because it made sense financially, and it also made really good sense environmentally. So this is our first electric vehicle.
Honestly, I think the demand's there, and I think people are even willing to pay the price for the trucks. It's really probably making sure the infrastructure's there, and the good thing is utilities are everywhere, right? And it might take putting in charging structure, but for the most part, it shouldn't take a lot of, let's say, before or after the meter utility work. Electric's everywhere, so it can be done.
With the Workhorse C1000 product, we've really reinvented the step van. And what I mean by that is that with the electric drivetrain, you're able to really look at the architecture of the vehicle completely differently. So the floor of this vehicle is 10 inches lower to the ground than a traditional step van, which means that it takes 2 steps instead of 3 steps to get in or out of the vehicle. Now that can be very significant for somebody that is making 200 stops a day getting in and out of that vehicle. And the other aspect with electric vehicles is obviously the one pedal driving. we have a very aggressive regen setting on these vehicles, which means that they decelerate quite aggressively and come to a complete stop without anybody needing to touch the brake pedal. That's great from a maintenance perspective as well as from the driver comfort perspective.
Up front, we have all the typical automotive components: brakes, air conditioners. The most important component is the DC to DC converter, which takes the high voltage from the drive batteries, steps it down for the low voltage battery, which is also up front here, that drives all of our lights, fans, pumps. On our C-Series, our two-motor setup attached to a reduction gearbox directly to drive axles allows for some interesting opportunities. First of all, we can lower the floor height. Second of all, we can drive forward with one motor, but then also regen with two motors, providing us a better return on energy with that regenerative braking. Our 6-pack or 4-pack of batteries provide up to 102 kilowatt hours, which gives you 150 miles of range, which for most use cases is plenty of range for an operating day.
People are going to start recognizing the companies that are going to be delivering packages or services to their homes with these new technology vehicles that support the idea that we really need to take care of the air.
Alright guys, what did you think about the video? I thought it was pretty interesting, personally. I like the fact that it's 2 steps instead of 3 steps, so it's a lot easier to get in and out. It's a lower vehicle. You know, you see it driving around. It's obviously not rolling down a hill. Shout out to Nicola. But also I wanted to show you guys really fast. Here's the heads-up display in a different video that for some reason doesn't have any sound, so I didn't bother playing it, but you can actually go on their Facebook, look at the video. This video was posted on August 26th. The one I showed you was August 25, so very recently. I think people are sleeping on it. I don't hear like many people talking about it, but I wanted to show you really quickly. Here's their heads-up display, like their dashboard gauge, essentially. 1,000 miles on this truck here. We've got a 70% range left, 67 miles remaining. So if it was to be 100%, you're looking at about 100 miles, give or take, from what I can see. I don't know if that's mentioned somewhere or not. Also, as for that date that I was talking about, September 2, check this out. They're doing like a live run, and they're kind of giving you these stories about all this stuff. You can check out the story so far, but it's really interesting. Check it out. We've got electric. I'll just tell you, electric is a real world electric wait, what? No. Okay, so we've got 13. We have 13 trucks driving real routes, carrying real freight, and it's called The Run. Is almost here. Okay, so it's coming up. And here's our guy, the one we just saw in the video, Serval Electric, Cincinnati, Ohio, with the Workhorse C1000. That's that vehicle there. And I wanted to show you guys these as well, just to maybe look and do some research into these as well. We have Anheuser-Busch, Panama, California, the BYD truck, electric. We've got Frito-Lay and from Modesto doing the Cummins Peterbilt. That's interesting. Didn't even know that they were making an electric vehicle. Another thing to check into. We've got Penske driving the Freightliner, another very popular semi-truck, just like Peterbilt. And we have NFI Terminal, never heard of them. Using the Kalmar Ottawa, never heard of that. We've got DHL doing the Lightning E motors, sounds very familiar. Day and Ross doing the Lion 6, maybe that's Lion Electric, I'm not sure. Peterbilt again with Biaggi from Napa, that's what's up. Concord, Roush, Ford, they're doing the Ford EV. The Volvo Electric, and back to the beginning. But that's what I wanted to mainly show you guys. I also wanted to really quickly check it out on the chart, give you guys a quick idea of like chart-wise how it looks. And when you look at the charts here, I mean price-wise we're way down there. We've been beaten down. Right here is where we got, you know, the failed contract. You know, all the stimulus and everything and infrastructure and hype building up to that. When it came up to about, I did have a lot more shares than I currently have. I have about half my position now, but I got out in the 30s. and the rest I'm like negative because I bought those in like the 20s. So far I've been negative and been adding to my position. Right now, when you look at the 20, 50, and 100 EMA, we are under all three of those. And you also look at the RSI, we're bouncing off of being oversold. So, you know, we're kind of getting to that middle range, but I'd rather buy it in this zone than up here reaching oversold. So the indicators are pointing kind of to yes. I mean, here's our floor. This is like the floor right here, our support level. We hit this, and it took less than 3 days to bounce back. Almost hit it again, bounced right off of it, and almost reached it here, like the last couple days, and are bouncing off. This is just a very low risk area in my personal opinion, and I'd be loading up here preferably than buying up in the 12s and 15s and 13s. Consider selling a put. I am not sure what the actual options are. Maybe that could be a next video, just showing you guys about selling puts, which is a bullish move. It is not bearish. That's if you buy a put. So that's another potential way, though, to buy 100 shares. If you sell a put, get assigned, and if you don't get assigned, you're getting the premium at least. But that's all I got for you for Workhorse, guys. Thanks again. Hope you guys do your research. Keep an eye on September the 2nd, and also the end of August for the short interest update. I got other videos. I'm also putting something out every single day, working on it at least. Thanks again, and peace.